Have you ever reached the end of a really busy day? You slump onto the couch and you just find yourself looking back wondering, what did I actually do today? Like, did it really matter? Or did I make any kind of real impact?
Oh yeah. That feeling, that quiet moment of reflection, it's incredibly universal, isn't it? We all
Mm.
sort of grapple with how we've used our most valuable resources,
Mm.
our time, our energy, our interactions.
Yeah, that hits home for so many of us, that quiet reckoning, that deep human need to feel like our day had some kind of purpose. Well, that's precisely what we're diving into today.
Hmm.
Our deep dive is into a poem that seems simple on the surface, but it's profoundly impactful. Have You Earned Your Tomorrow by the people's poet, Edgar Guest.
Right. And our mission today is really to unpack the timeless wisdom that's kind of embedded in this poem. We'll explore what Guest actually means by actively earning your tomorrow,
Earning it, yeah.
how our daily actions ripple outwards, and I think most importantly, what this potent message means for you, the listener, as you navigate your own days.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Edgar Guest. He's often called the people's poet. So what's his story? How did he get that unique title?
Well, Edgar Guest, he was born in England back in 1881, but his family moved to the United States when he was just 10 years old.
Oh, okay.
And what's particularly striking about his early life is that he began his writing career really young. I mean, 14 in 1895.
14, wow.
Yeah. He then became, a really prolific American writer for newspapers and magazines.
That's incredible. And his writing style, it clearly resonated with people, which is why he became known as the people's poet, right?
Absolutely. He was highly praised for his simple style and optimistic tone of writing.
Yeah.
And Have You Earned Your Tomorrow?
Yeah.
It just perfectly encapsulates this. It's an inspirational poem. It connects with people directly, without lots of pretense or really complex literary devices.
So at its core, what is Guest trying to make us confront in this poem? What's the main idea he's driving home?
Well, what's truly insightful here, I think, is how Guest redefines tomorrow. It's not just, a day that passively arrives.
Right.
It's presented as a direct, almost moral consequence of your actions today. The poem isn't just about being kind. It's really a radical assertion of personal agency over your future.
Agency over your future.
Yeah, the speaker is essentially asking you, the reader, have you done anything to improve the life of another human being? It's a powerful call to realize that whether you have a better future or not, well, it hinges entirely on how you act today. It really challenges you to consider your actions and deeds carefully and plan accordingly.
And he doesn't waste any time challenging you, does he? The poem opens with these immediate, almost like piercing questions. Is anybody happier because you passed his way? Does anyone remember that you spoke to him today?
Exactly. These lines, they really establish the poem's core premise right away. Daily accountability. It's not about grand, sweeping gestures, but the subtle, direct impact of your everyday interactions.
Right.
Guest immediately forces you to consider if you're leaving a positive mark, even in the briefest of encounters.
He then kind of zeroes in on the nature of our daily interactions, asking, did you give a cheerful greeting to the friend who came along, or a churlish sort of howdy and then vanish in the throng?
Yeah, that phrase.
That churlish sort of howdy, it's such a wonderfully dismissive phrase, isn't it? You can almost hear the grumble.
You really can.
It really shows how Guest brings these big ideas down to tiny, everyday interactions.
It absolutely does.
Mhm.
And just for clarity, churlish basically means rude, kind of impolite, and howdy is just an informal, friendly greeting, or it's supposed to be.
Right.
So the poem cleverly contrasts a genuine positive interaction with a really dismissive one, where you just vanish in the throng, meaning you just disappear into the crowd, you don't really connect.
Yeah, you just blend in.
It highlights the profound difference even a fleeting connection or lack of one can make.
And this immediately raises that important question about motivation, doesn't it? Were you selfish, pure and simple as you rushed along the way? Or is someone mighty grateful for a deed you did today? It cuts right to the heart of it. Were your actions just for you, or did they genuinely benefit someone else?
This really delves into the poem's core moral dilemma. It challenges us to look beyond just, getting through the day.
Right, ticking boxes.
And truly examine the intent behind our actions. Is there a genuine spirit of contribution happening, or is it purely self-serving?
And the poem continues to sort of measure our impact, asking, can you say tonight, in parting with the day that's slipping fast, that you helped a single brother of the many that you passed? And then, is a single heart rejoicing over what you did or said? Does a man whose hopes were fading now with courage look ahead? That's powerful stuff.
It really is. These lines compel you to reflect on the tangible uplift you might have provided someone. It's not just about what you didn't do wrong,
Yeah.
but the concrete positive difference you did make.
Hmm.
Did your words or actions actually give someone a reason to feel better or maybe face their challenges with a bit more hope?
The poem really encourages this deep self-assessment, almost like you said, like a day's balance sheet. Did you waste the day or lose it? Was it well or sorely spent?
Right.
And then he asks, did you leave a trail of kindness or a scar of discontent? Wow. That speaks to the lasting impression we leave behind, doesn't it?
That's such a powerful summation of the day. Toiling time in the poem. It refers to time spent in hard physical work, essentially.
Okay.
But Guest kind of extends this when he asks if the day was well or sorely spent. He's encouraging us to evaluate not just productivity, like how much we got done, but the quality of our actions. Was the effort you put in, your toiling time, was it used in a way that truly uplifted yourself and others? Or did it maybe lead to regret or even negative consequences for someone else?
And then Guest delivers this absolutely striking conclusion to this section, something that really makes you pause. As you close your eyes in slumber, do you think that God would say, "You have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today"?
Yeah.
What does it mean for God to say you've earned another day? That's a really profound challenge.
It is, isn't it? This is the ultimate profound idea of actively earning your future. Your tomorrow isn't just guaranteed. It's presented almost as a direct consequence of your present deeds.
Right.
It implies a kind of divine acknowledgement, maybe, a recognition of a day well lived, specifically in service or kindness to others. It transforms merely living into actively earning your continued existence, in a way.
That sense of directness is incredibly powerful. How does Guest achieve that feeling? Is it just the questions themselves, or are there other elements of his poetic craft that make these really profound ideas feel so immediate and relatable?
That's a great question, because it's definitely more than just the questions, I think. While the pervasive use of direct questions, that constant sort of interrogation, is anybody happier? Does anyone remember? That certainly pulls you in, making it a direct challenge to your conscience.
Sure.
Guest employs other subtle techniques, too. For example, he uses alliteration, like you mentioned earlier, toiling time, which adds a gentle musicality and helps emphasize those key phrases.
Yeah, it flows nicely.
And the consistent ab rhyme scheme, which you hear throughout the poem, gives it a memorable, almost song-like quality. It makes it really approachable, doesn't it?
It does.
It makes those profound questions feel more like a personal reflection rather than some abstract philosophical debate.
And he's a master of vivid imagery, too. Like, take phrases like vanish in the throng. It's incredibly concise, but it paints such a clear picture of fleeting connection and maybe missed opportunity. Guest doesn't waste a single word.
Precisely. Those choices, they make the poem both impactful and easy to recall. It reinforces its simple yet profound message without relying on overly complex language.
So after diving deep into Guest's message and his, masterful use of language, the crucial question, I guess, for us, for you listening, is how does this timeless wisdom about earning your tomorrow translate into the messy reality of our own daily lives?
Well, this deep dive into Guest's work, I think it serves as a powerful reminder that every single day offers opportunities for meaningful action. It underscores that our future isn't merely something that just happens to us. It's something we actively construct, brick by brick, through our daily choices, whether those are big gestures or small, seemingly insignificant acts.
So it's not just about some grand abstract concept of earning your tomorrow, but about how that principle plays out in our conscious everyday actions. For example, the sources we looked at even connect this idea to practical duties, like thinking about your career when making future plans.
Right. It's about how that larger principle of earning your tomorrow plays out in the deliberate choices we make every day, whether it's, strategically planning your career path or consciously investing time in relationships or maybe dedicating focused time to personal growth and learning.
Yeah, the planning aspect.
Exactly. These aren't just isolated tasks on a to-do list. They're intentional steps, really echoing Guest's idea that our larger tomorrow is built day by day through purposeful effort and positive impact. It's about being incredibly intentional with your time and the legacy of your impact, however small it might seem.
This deep dive into Edgar Guest's Have You Earned Your Tomorrow really does provide a powerful mirror for self-reflection, reminding us that our daily interactions, our acts of kindness, and our conscious choices are the fundamental building blocks of our future.
So as you consider the toiling time of your own day, Perhaps ask yourself, how might you reinterpret your daily efforts? Not just as tasks completed, maybe, but as investments in the tomorrow you are actively earning. What specific deed, what thoughtful word will you consciously choose today to maybe make someone happier or just to bring a greater sense of purpose to your own day?